All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about autoCrat, form, sheets, and docs. So first off, we have your start folder, and it has 3 files in it, a doc, a form, and a sheet. So we're going to click on the form first, and we're going to edit our questions. So you can edit those as whatever way you want, put in whatever pictures you want. I have some templates in Pictochart. You need to just agree that they work, and then edit your criteria, put a new picture in, whatever you want here. And then, of course, these questions need to match with what you actually put out there. So the questions below, they should be relevant to what you want to ask your staff, because this form is going to go out to your staff. And so once you're done with that, you're going to click on your responses. And then once you click on your responses, you'll get into this, and you'll see that those questions that were in your form also show up there. So now we want to get an add-on that's called autoCrat. The way to do that is actually to go into the Chrome Web Store. Now, to find autoCrat is a little bit tricky, but not too tough. You're going to Google it. You're going to click on autoCrat, or rather type in autoCrat, and then click on that little link there, and it'll take you to the Chrome Web Store. And there you want to click Install. Once you've installed it, it's going to give you this little drop-down that says autoCrat, and then you open it, and it'll go through and work. And what autoCrat does is it's actually a document creator based on what you have in a sheet. So we're using a form to generate responses connected to users and questions. And so what we want to do here is create a new merge job. We're going to name it Goal Talk, and we want to choose a template. Now the third thing, so we've used a form, we've used a sheet, and we want to use the document that's left. So we're going to click on that document that's called example template for Goal Talk. And you notice it has a bunch of these words with little carets or brackets around them. And those brackets are kind of important. You see them throughout the entire document here if you've clicked through. They correspond to the responses that your employees have put in, as you can see in this. So we're going to choose our template, and we're going to click Next. And it's going to fetch these little tags, these little caret things. And we need to sort of align those tags. We need to make sure that they're in the right way, that they match up with the questions that we've asked, so that what we write in our form extends to what we put into our document when we create it. So we're going to name our file. We're going to name it using those little tags. So caret, username, close brackets, Goal Talk, blah, blah, blah. We can name it whatever we want. And we want to create a Google Doc here. So we're just going to say yes. And now what we're doing is we're choosing a destination folder. So we want to choose a good destination folder. Usually it's like medarbetare, samtal, blah, blah, blah. And what I usually do is I set a merge condition on it, just so that it'll actually like merge documents. And then I want to send an email just kind of as like a response for people. So just like before, we're going to use our little tag, our username, which is going to be an email address. I'm going to put in a CC. I usually like to CC myself, so I know that an email actually went. And then type in a subject, and then type in a message. So really, this is like personalizing your document. So people will actually be able to see that the document's being created. You'll get a little email confirmation. They'll get a little email confirmation. It's kind of a nice thing. So you can check out there and type in whatever you want. Usually I put in like a little, this is also an opportunity for you to be invited to Goal Talks and things like that. And for them to choose times and dates and whatnot. So I also like to put in a form trigger because when the form is actually submitted, I want this thing to actually like send the email. I don't want to have to do this like later on by myself. So I usually do that. And you notice it created a job there. So we can close that down if we want to, but what we want to do really is test out the form. So we're going to click preview and then actually submit the form ourselves just to see if it works. So you notice that there's a form. It looks pretty good. It's our picture and then a bunch of questions corresponding to that. You write in your responses as an employee. So I obviously like working on docs, forms, sheets, and autoCrat. I love data and geeking out. So we'll put something in here about data, I think. More data, yeah. How can these factors be combined with the goals and organization's vision? Let's see. Yeah. We also love speeding up the life of administrators, right? And my how might we statement. So let's see, how might we reduce administrative tasks for all school leaders so that they can get back in the classroom and do observations. because that's really what I want to do this year. Just observe, 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 and give lots of feedback. So I'm going to submit this, and it's going to be like any other form. It's going to collect the data. It's going to say, yay, you submitted something. And we noticed that in our spreadsheet, that stuff rolled in. So what we want to do is sort of check to see, did our autoCrat thing actually work? Oh, yes, it did. So we got these little boxes that popped up that said merge, doc ID, blah, 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 all that stuff. We don't really care what's going on there. We just want to make sure that that happened, where you see that there's a document now, a link that actually generated, and also that there was an email sent. So if you actually read that little line right there, it says that there was a bunch of emails sent on such and such time from the such and such account. So we can click on these links. Either one will work. It'll redirect you to a document that was just created. And that's, you notice, a document called john.dmaria or john.di.maria@vrg.se with a goal talk and a bunch of information that I wrote into the form but now has been placed into the document. So this is kind of a nice function in that you just generated a document for this person that they can take and that is also shared with you now in a specific folder. And if you want to find this folder, you just click back on the autoCrat for form sheets and docs where we told it to go, and there it is, shared with you, shared with the other person. You rock star.